kudos to them for that. And then the other thing, Mike, too, is how many times did we sit here on Mondays, just like we were talking about, it's the screen to Debo, it's the screen to McCaffrey. Like, they didn't let any of the Shanahan, what I call specials, the Shanahan specials or tricks get off the ground last night, right? We didn't see any of that. We didn't see Debo catching the ball with 4 blockers in front of him and his hair on fire and him running through or play action passes where, it was Kittle just like uncovered up the middle. I know he had a big game, but that was more drop back pass game, right? We didn't see as much. We didn't see McCaffrey catching a screen and running up the sideline for 45 yards. That to me is always another huge key to the football game. The Ravens chopped out that leg of, wait, we're going to take away the Shanahan tricks, and now you just got to kind of beat us mano-a-mano here. And that's where they got the game in their type of game, at least I should say, and certainly favored them in the long run.
And one thing that I detected from the fact that Purdy kept firing the ball even after his 3rd interception, and even after his 4th. Now, they had to do it if they were going to have any chance to come back.
Right.
But you see a different attitude from Kyle Shanahan toward Brock Purdy and toward Jimmy Garoppolo, because we were at that playoff game a few years ago when Garoppolo had just 1 interception, but 2 others that could have / should have been picked off.
Right.
And that was enough to get Shanahan to say, we're just going to run the ball over and over and over again. Oh, and we'll do the same thing against the Packers next week. We're just going to run the ball over and over and over again. He didn't give up on
different.
Purdy.
Right.
And I think he recognizes the first one was a horrible mistake.
Yep.
And the other ones were stuff happens.
Right.
Sometimes,
exactly.
we see it. Ball pops up in the air, and sometimes there's a guy there to catch it, and sometimes there isn't. And there's an element of randomness to it. I don't want to call it luck. It's just randomness, where the ball goes. The ball pops up in the air. Does it land in a spot where there's a defensive player, or does it not? And sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes it does.
Yeah.
And last night when that ball started popping around, it was popping around to Ravens players.
That's right. That's right. This is the one as like a play caller, an ex-quarterback, an offensive coordinator, whatever. This will be the one that annoys you. These other ones, like you said, stuff happens. This is not going to be like the type of interceptions, this interception, or even this one with Kyle Hamilton getting back up to where the coach, Shanahan in this case, or the play caller is going to come away and go, what the hell is my guy looking at? What is he doing? The first one, sure. The next 3, hey, this one he's trying to make a play and whatever else. It's not egregious, though. The Ravens defender makes a good play by getting his hand in there and knocking the ball up in the air. But you're not like, oh, my gosh, what is my quarterback doing? How stupid is he? And then, of course, this is the right tackle being run over by Travis Jones. It's good to see him back healthy. So I think to your point, Mike, when you were talking about the Garoppolo stuff and that playoff run, there was throws in that game that were like off of Harrison's chest and other Anthony Barr and Kendricks, and I think they even caught a few of them too. But there was a few that were dropped to where you're like, whoa, my quarterback, does he even see anybody on defense today? I don't trust him at all. Brock Purdy's still in the trust tree. I'm sure he gave Shanahan all the right answers when he walked off the field, and he saw things the right way except for that first interception. And that can give the coach confidence to go, wait, I can still keep calling plays here. He's seeing things the right way. It's the Ravens. They made a few plays. We got a little unlucky, but we don't have to get, gun shy here. And, kudos for Shanahan and Purdy for keep, cracking away like they did.
They've got the Commanders in D.C. next weekend, and they finish with the Rams, who are one of the hottest teams in the NFL right now. What do you do, though? What do you say? How do you get Purdy to, just flush this one and move on to the next one? Because showing him on the sideline when Sam Darnold was in there, he was kind of, he wasn't showing anything, but it just was one of those nights. Like, can you just say it's just one of those nights? Let's forget about it. Let's just keep doing what we're doing. Does that work? Or does something like this leave an emotional scar on a young quarterback who still hasn't finished his second NFL season?
I don't think it will. I think Shanahan and where they are as a football team and the way he played, he still can lean on all the good he's done. He realized he'd make some mistakes. I think the one point Shanahan will be able to make to him is going, hey, when we're playing a team like the Ravens or these really good football teams, sometimes just a sack or throwing the ball away is the best way to go. because the margin of error for us to beat these football teams is very little. It's very small. So, some of these plays that you make against some of these other teams in football that we're far better than, yeah, we can get away with it. You got to think a little differently maybe when you play in the upper echelon teams in football. I think that's the thing you maybe pump into Brock Purdy's brain. But I don't think it'll affect him, the psyche of this football team. Here's one thing that I was annoyed about with the psyche of the football team last night, though. I'll say that when bringing this. The 49ers, they're better when they hate you. And there was I've never seen the 49ers have so much respect for a football team as they did the Ravens last night. They were trying to be friends with them. I mean, there was a little too much smiling for my liking, and I've never seen the 49ers act like that. I don't know if Lamar charmed them or what, but yeah, they're usually at their best when they're angry and they hate you. And there was a little too much buddy-buddy going on with the Ravens last night, which I found, peculiar or different from the 49ers than what we usually see.
Well, yeah. What did they do when they showed up in Philadelphia?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
We're here.
They didn't have the edge.
Bullies are here.
And the Ravens had the edge.
We're going to take your lunch money.
Thanks to Florio and Florist and Fergie and all of them. They had a little more edge.
Isn't that funny, though? Oh, well.
Oh, there he is.
What it is. And you know what? I'd be remiss.
Boom.
I'd be remiss. There
you are.
Yeah.
Man, there'd be a lot of people that'd like to shoot you where Ben Affleck shot Fergie. They would love to do that to you.
That's nothing to joke about. That's nothing to joke about. I want to play what Lamar said after the game because I do agree with him. And look, we talk 12, 15 hours extemporaneously every week, and we got carried away. And I phrased the Ravens are going to kick the SH-T, or the 49ers, excuse me. Ultimately, I should have said the Ravens are going to kick the SH-T out of the 49ers in hindsight. But I agree with everything Lamar said. I'm going to say that ahead of time. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.